Dr. Ajai Chowdhry for an informal interaction with the startups of Goa, some of the key startups in Goa. Of course, it is a last moment arrangement. Just 2 days back, I requested Ajay ji, because when he told me just leaving on Tuesday back, I said again we'll miss out another opportunity of meeting him. First, I'll tell you something. Ajay ji is something very adorable to me, one of the most adorable persons. I respect and I really love him. He has been a doyen of Indian hardware industry, whether as a part of being a co-founder of HCL. He has done a success story for India, the first Indian hardware company which could export all over. Ajay ji, of the biodata Rohan will spell out later, but it's come from a very code hardware development background. They have created a history by creating a global company like HCL, both in HCL hardware, PCs and also in tech. And Ajay ji didn't stop here, they also got Nokia. If at all Nokia came to India, they partnered with HCL. All credit goes to Ajay ji. They started manufacturing. The telephone revolution started with, mobile revolution started with his personal initiative. Ajay ji was also chairman of task force on ESDM. Prior to that, ESDM was almost sinking. It was all China-led. Taiwan was becoming expensive, though they were moving to China. Whole Indian economy was going round and round against hardware. We thought almost everyone would close. Zenith closed down. Wipro almost decided not to manufacture. The regime was different, working was different. And the government decided to create a major task force, very high power task force, ESDM. In the background, we were also involved being from industry, but made all other institutions involved. That task force recommendation was a game changer for the electronic hardware industry and the entire ecosystem of hardware industry and the tech industry. It was not only meant for hardware, but it also talked about the value chain of hardware, which includes designing and application part and everything. So that's how the report was submitted in 2012, and 2014 the new government came, they adopted the entire report. Ajay ji was also conferred with Padma Bhushan for his enormous service to the nation, and Sir ji, we are very proud of you always. I have been personally associated. We have formed a company, Epic. It's a non-profit company. He has been giving, among any entrepreneur, the top industrialist in India is the only person selflessly giving time for the development of this sector. And today he has come out with two major initiatives. One, making India a product nation. So from the software to the product nation, or a service to the product nation. And second thing, especially after all this war and all whatever you are seeing, the sanctions that are coming up, he has been advocating very strongly about tax sovereignty for India. He says there's nothing else. Atmanirbhar is fine, but we need to move towards a tax sovereignty, and that's his mission. Ajay ji also is now very active part of Niti Aayog. Again, he will explain. So there he is heading the quantum mission. The national quantum mission is being headed by him. So I would request take maximum advantage of his presence here. He is a partly Goan. Yeah. So it's the most beautiful bungalows that you see across the river when you sit in Marriott. They belong to him and his children. So he loves Goa. He wants to do a lot of things for Goa, and especially during COVID time, I must tell you, he has done a lot without talking much about it, and I have been personally witness to it. Cyrus Don't also is another very good startup in Goa. His mother is now just recently took over as the president of Chamber of Commerce, and Sairaj is, they are in a family business, but he has come out with Macau Foods. So
we are India's first jackfruit company.
No.
So we make different products using jackfruit as the base. Started off as a mock meat company. We do sausages from jackfruit, burger format is from jackfruit. They're all vegan and plant-based. We do different gravies. But now we've moved our branding a little to call ourselves India's first jackfruit company. And we supply across India. We export to 5 countries. And very soon in the next month we are starting our own QSR.
Okay.
So we'll be having that across different delicacies using jackfruit.
Okay. So I need to get to know all of you before I talk. So maybe tell us what you do.
So, I run a IT company in Madgaon. We are almost 16 years in business now. In 16 years, we are like many forces of Goa. We have been purely into services, technology agnostic, industry agnostic. We have been working with some of the very good companies. So like we are official vendors to the UN. We're working on their. We have worked on United Nations FAO department, working with their brand research software. During the Brexit time, we have worked on UK's election system, sitting out in Madgaon. Then we have worked on Austria's nuclear plant, sitting on. So these are the type of complex stuff we have been doing. We worked in the construction domain, marine domain, hospitality, healthcare.
So how many staff do you have today?
Currently we have a team of around 60 people. However, in this span of 16 years, we have touched upon almost like 29 countries.
And what kind of revenue you have?
I'm going to disclose in this room, sir, but I can share across with you. But we have been doing quite a good thing all this while. And
so why do you hide your revenue? You should be very proud of it.
So besides that, in 2017, along with a few like-minded people, we founded something called as the Goa Technology Association. So I was the founder president of that association, and in the span of like 8 years now, that has become the prime association of all the IT startups, everything in Goa.
Okay.
And within like 6 to 7 months of inception of GTA, we got out the IT and the startup policy for the state, which was stuck for almost like 2 decades. Okay, so that is out. It is like one of the best. Of course, the results are there, but sometimes we need to drive the government every time to get those schemes out, those things out. We are talking about it's one of the best policy, but just getting 4 crores out of it in the last 8 years is still a very small number for a state like Goa. Okay. However, as far as IT as an export-oriented thingy for Goa, we are hardly at a position of doing a national revenue of just 0.07% of national revenue. So in total, so it's a very small number. Even if we aim to make it 1%, it would take us really a long time to achieve that. However, I've been just one company. We have many other companies similar to Umang, which is my company, which are doing really very good in different sectors, different catering to maybe tourism, maybe healthcare, and various ones. But if you ask me, I mean, almost like 350 IT companies and startups in Goa is a very big number. But we really still need one hero to get that recognition that there's something happening in Goa. So that is where we are aiming for, and in this 8 years as a GTA, we are really like a task force along with the government to push things, because we have to firstly get academia together. We need to get them change their mindset. We are still stuck, sir. If you ask me, Goa again, I mean, we don't want to be a Bangalore or a Pune, but if you even ask us that we need to make that change of creating this as a tech hub also. Even if somebody wants to come and set up a small shop, it's very difficult here because of the mindset of the people. Also, the talent pool. We are just talking about 2,000 IT graduates passing out every year in total, as against a big Bangalore. So we have, it's very difficult. Even if like CM says, Magiresh, tried getting Infosys here. Why will Infosys get a shop, put up a shop here? They will not put up. They will need a minimum, they will put up a 5,000 people campus. You don't have that, that's a total capacity for 2-3 years of graduates passing out. So that's...
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yes. I am Lorik. I am a software consultant and I was from agency called Dynamotech. I've been working for the last 5 years in Goa itself. I based out of Konda. So I've been closely working with micro, small and medium scale businesses to automate their business and specifically mostly in healthcare and education.
I can see the red alert happening today. Huh?
So it's
It was
very-
predicted yesterday and nothing happened.
But that's very interesting. Government declares holiday on red alert for tomorrow. That day it doesn't happen.
Correct.
That is certainty.
And they say students and the teachers are enjoying.
Bhushan Ajai, and I run a company service global in Margam, which is a BPO. So we are into data research, data mining, lead generation, email marketing, telemarketing, customer support. So we are in business for last 10 years and we have a team size of somewhere around 30 right now. And we are working with a lot of clients from metro cities from India, and then we have some clients from Australia, US, and then Israel we are working with. And we are helping them with their lead gen, the data support, customer support.
Okay.
Sir, after sharing myself, I just have a couple of questions to ask you so that would help you to understand about what I am doing and how we are bringing the world-class system which we are operating right from Goa, and so that is going to be a next metadata which we are creating in terms of skills of entire Indian youth. Sir, have you come across any system which identifies any skill which is important to the economic growth of the country?
I don't think so. I've not come across anything.
And because the India is having a good amount of youth population, and where most of our future economy is depending on that. So what we are doing, I am a student of IIM Bangalore, where along with my professor, we have developed an AI model which will work like a LinkedIn for the school students, which it is going to be tap the entire education sector in India, which is an unorganized sector, from schooling admissions till the job joining. There is huge gap in terms of identifying what was to be taken, what is the skill, which skill required for this job. There is no streamlined system, so which I have come up with an AI model, which will be work as a end-to-end process for identifying the skill capabilities of the youth and empower the youth in terms of the right career pathways. That is one side of the student perspective, which will help to the schools to understand. Schools are not there to produce only the rank holders. Schools are there to produce the skill sets. So that is the change which we are bringing to our system. In terms, I recently, when I met Pramod sir also, we have demonstrated the database. I'm going to collect a database, what pin code, what kind of skills are there in boys and girls. How many engineering students are there? If it is engineering, how many manufacturing are there? In that case, as Mangesh rightly said, we are connecting the academia so that if any reform has to come, they should require a right labor. If we have the database, so we will upskill them with the right skill set, so the reforms will come automatically. This is what our vision to empower the entire nation.
Great.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amresh Kantan. I have a company in Goa called Atlas Labs. I have about 25 years of IT experience. I was working with Cognizant for a long time. I was started off as an associate, moved up to a senior technical architect with Cognizant. As part of Cognizant, I was in the BFSI sector, working with JP Morgan, Credit Suisse, the works. I quit Cognizant in 2018 and came back to Goa to start my company. When we started, we got a project with set up. So I'm in software services. So we started developing the call center solution for HDFC home loans. We started with that, we set it up for HDFC home loan. Now, of course, it's merged with HDFC Bank. We started with that. later on we did among other projects that we've done the entire notification systems for Air India, Air Asia and Air India Express and the entire merger that happened. So the entire notification that goes out, the SMSs, email, WhatsApp, you get a system which was designed, developed by me and my team. I have a relatively small team, it's a 20-member team that's based in some in Goa, some in Pune, where we operate.
Okay.
We're also getting now into AI, where we have developed AI voice capability, integrating English, Hindi and English, Hindi kind of. So that's where we are working on.
Sure. Yeah.
Good to have you, though.
Hi, my name is Suhas Malia. I spent about 14 years in the software industry from 99 to 2013. 9 years in an engineering role, about 4.5 years in a technical pre-sales role in California. And in 2012, I came back to join a family business. I'm the third generation in the business. We're into barge loading of iron ore, distribution of FMCG, and most recently we started our own product, our own brand of packaged foods.
Okay.
So I continue to dabble in IT with Mr. Nitin at the local Vijayavikas Mandal, which runs a group of 4 institutions. So I'm actively involved there in helping them with the IT equipment. And once in a while, consulting with some former colleagues who are ventured out into startups. I'm a product enthusiast. Very happy to hear what you have to say, because I know you come from a similar background. And like Ambrish said, welcome to Goa.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'll just add before I hand it over, because you know primarily what I do. But I think I'm the only person in the room who has no IT background. I'm a law graduate. And so my whole thing was, I come from a business.
You're an entrepreneur, no? That's what matters. Degrees have no relevance.
So the only thing why we started the whole jackfruit movement was because India grows around 1.4 million tons of jackfruit every year, and 75% of it goes to waste. And across the world, it's called a superfood, and it's grown literally in a backyard and no one was using it. And we've suddenly made things with it which no one had ever done before. And therefore, we are on a mission to kind of take the place of paneer in vegetarian diets with jackfruit, its versatility and with so much that can be done with it. So yeah, we are.
It's become so famous recently.
Sorry.
It's become very famous recently.
Jackfruit, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and we've been on it for the last.
Everybody talks about jackfruit flour. I also bought it a few months ago.
Right, even for diabetes and all.
Yes, diabetes, fantastic. Actually, it pretty much cures diabetes. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
There are reports which say that. So there's one company called Jackfruit 365.
Yes.
So in the powder business, it's his company, which is then in the meat or the jackfruit meat business.
Yeah.
It's our brand that is in the forefront of
Okay.
India.
Hi sir, my name is Mohsin Sheikh. I am a founder of IT company named Hashtag based in Goa. So we are an innovation agency wherein we are focusing on 3 major products that we have built in-house. The first one is community police, which helps in reducing crime rates. So we are in talks with Goa Police to launch that app. Second one is Padma, which is an app for animals. Technically, everything that anything that you need for your pet is there on the app. The standout feature of the app is understanding animal language. For example, for like dogs and cats, understanding what a dog bark means, understanding what a cat is trying to say. That's the AI that we have built in the app. Apart from other 10 other features which any app pet owner would need. That's what we are trying to launch in the coming 2 or 3 months. The third IoT device that we have built is in MagTech. It's for your eye testing. So in India there are 17 million blind people which could have been saved. We're trying to tap that market where we have built an IoT device and an AI to do scanning for eyes and give you a report on what is wrong with your eye. So this is a small intro of my company.
Great. Yeah.
Philip.
Good evening. My name is Caleb Fernandez. We are 3 brothers. We started the company in 2014. Both of them are in Norway. I'm the only one over here. We are in essence a tech agency in all simplicity. Headquartered to an extent in Norway, and a lot of our business comes from there. We work in the digital space, a lot of digital transformation, software, e-commerce, Yeah, not so much of a product company like the rest. That's
Okay,
it.
great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So I think it's good to know all of you. What are the areas you want me to talk about?
So, at times everyone is inclined towards development, and if you see the pattern is changing across India, completely towards product services. Now,
Yes.
one time India became a service hub very successfully, but that's not the future, right? We know with the new coding methodology, AI coming in, it's going to be disrupted. How do we look at the emerging opportunity? Secondly, Goa being at the tail end of the nation, there is a huge gap between what happens in the main capital of India or main ecosystems of India versus Goa and what is happening in the US or the larger globe versus us. There's a gap. So neither our education system does not sensitize, and due respect to Chamber of Commerce, there's no trade body which sensitizes people about the opportunities that are going to happen. So the only way I thought probably a leadership like yours can just throw some insights and fuel some, ignites these people, and at least spread a word across. Okay, this is not the thing what will remain. The next things are this, especially in terms of democratization of technologies. The way the technologies are going to get demonetized, the telecom is going through a disruption, internet going through a massive changes. So everything is going to be on a real-time basis. How do we create the ecosystems from the education? So I must say, you're the first person who created no industrial policy or a business policy of any state or the country ever had HR as a part. So ESDM HR was one of the big title you created, and you are absolutely. You are also chairman of IIT Roorkee and Hyderabad also. You are actively involved. So with a vast experience like this, how do we also push them to go to the industry, academic ecosystems around, or start pushing them to become industry ready?
So actually, if you start to look at the growth and history of different countries, and if you look at the United States, how they became a global superpower in technology. Behind that was a very deep plan that was created as early as 1944, when their chief scientist, his name was Vannevar Bush, and Vannevar Bush, if you go to Google, you'll find his manifesto still available. And he wrote this fantastic manifesto where he clearly stated that for the US to be a leader, we must invest in science and technology. Okay, and because just the World War had ended, there were a lot of Germans floating all over the place. They didn't have jobs. Europeans didn't have jobs. So Americans decided that they need to get these top scientists to come to America. So they got a whole bunch of Hitlerites to come to America. But that's a very small part of what he wrote. He basically said, if you want to be a leader, you need to create institutions which will create science and technology. So this manifesto was followed by the setting up of the first institution that was set up was DARPA, the Defense Research Organization. Following that was NASA. Following that was NSF. All these institutions were created. And what were these institutions doing was unique. So what did DARPA do? DARPA had a huge budget, but they never had huge number of people. They had 200, 300 people. And all these 200, 300 people were project managers, technology managers. They were not people who were doers. They were dreaming of what they needed for the defense of the country. So they defined a 10-year, 15-year vision to say these are the products we need for the defense of this country. And what they used to do was they would call startups, they would call companies and say, this is what we want, design this for us. If you design this for us, we will give you loads of business. And that's how they created the whole defense industry of America. You know, the Boeings, etc., all got created. McDonald, all these guys got created out of this brilliant thinking that let us try and design our own products, let us design our own technologies, and all the government business will be given to you. Now, this was a virtuous cycle. You designed it and you got business. Okay, that was the best part of what they did. And then, post that, NSF got set up, NASA got set up. All of them involved private industry, quite early days. Okay. In India, we have had a very different approach. We've never focused on R&D in this country. We have been traders as a country. Everything we do, we have a trading mentality, right? The trading mentality means you go to China, you go and pick up a product, put a logo on it and sell it in India. 4 or 5% margin. Happy. No, don't design anything. You don't have to do anything. Just be a follower. This is where we are today for the last so many years. Only R&D that has been done in this country is being done by public sector, CSIR labs, research institutions, education institutions, but they would design and not bring products to the market. So they would be what are called technology readiness level 1 to 4 they will do. But 5 to 9, where it goes to market, nobody's done. Very few of them have actually done that. For example, the National Chemical Laboratory did some of that work. They brought products to market. Similarly, in biotechnology, an organization called BIRAC was set up, which actually enabled vaccines to be made in India. And during COVID time, we all saw the results of that. So, a lot of this has not happened in India. R&D has not happened in India. Our total R&D in this country is 0.3% of GDP. This is where we are sitting. Now, what has the world been doing in the meantime? America has taken off. Look at what the companies that were there 20 years ago in America, number 1 to 10. Out of 1 to 10 today in America, 6 are technology companies. 6 or 7, whatever. I mean, everybody the top companies are all technology companies. It's not the run-of-the-mill companies. It's all technology companies. So this major change that's happened with the thinking around making your own products has not percolated into India at all. So for the last 15, 20 years, 30 years, we started the whole brilliant software revolution in this country. That software revolution resulted in $280 billion of global business, right? Without which this country would have been dead. So everything is actually today running on services, right? But now with AI and automation happening, I'm sorry to tell you, watch out for your business. Your people are going to be replaced by bots in BPO. Everything is going to be get replaced, right? And coding is no longer required. Why do you need analytics? Analytics can be done by AI. So, a whole bunch of stuff is changing. Now, today as a country, we are sitting as a middle income country, right? Today, our per person GDP is $2,500 per person. This is what we are. Thailand is above us. Korea, of course, is way beyond us. And China is phenomenally big, and America is phenomenally big. We are a $2,500 per person country. We are a middle income country. If we want to change our country, the only way we can succeed is to move from services to products. Because if you look at an Apple product, right, look at the margins that they enjoy. They don't make anything in America, but they design everything in America. Their brand is American. That brand and design gives them 45 to 50% margin. That is where the margin is sitting. हम लोग तो बिल्कुल नीचे हैं. We are right at the bottom. We started electronic manufacturing 8 to 10 years ago after a lot of effort that was done. PLI came, we make mobile phones, but all those mobile phones, every mobile phone we make, we pay the company to make it here. The PLI that they give is the only margin that they have here. He knows that. So we're doing electronic manufacturing services. We are not doing products. It's a service business that we are doing. All we do is bring kits from China, assemble them in India with very low margins, 4 to 5%, and we are happy. Dixon is now valued at crazy amounts. Their revenue is crazy amount. Next year PLI comes, what will happen to them? Moment PLI gets removed from this country, a lot of that business will go away to another country that is giving PLI. So, this is the threat to this country today. We are sitting in a very difficult situation. Software business is now going down. Out of the top 20 companies, I would say 15 to 16 are basically impacted by reduction in sales, reduction in margins. What are the margins today? When we started software business, I remember in HCL our margins used to sit at 60%. What is the HCL margin today? 19%. So, this is where we are today. Now, look at China. China is sitting with 90% products and commodities, 10% soft services. We are sitting at 60% services and 40% commodities and products. We can't stay here. If we want to go forward, we have to invest into R&D, capability and skills to do things. But we are not using our brains. We are just followers. We are traders. And we are very happy making 4%. Now this needs to change. So 20 of us, actually 7 of us initially, and then about 15, 20 of us got together 2.5 years ago. And we said, what should this country be? What should be the economic policy of this country? And we created this policy saying that in about 12 to 15 areas, in technology areas, we must do R&D. So we started involving the government, we started involving education, research, and we had 3 offsites of 100 people each. We socialized this idea. After socializing this idea with the government agreed that this is the direction to take. Okay. And when we went to one of the ministers, he asked us, this looks like a brilliant idea. How much money do you need for this? So we said, maybe 30,000 crores. So he said, I think let's make it a round figure of 50,000 crores. I said, great. We're very happy. So Ashwini Vaishnav I'm talking about, he went to the Prime Minister a few months later and said, these bunch of guys have created this new economic policy, which means we must become an R&D oriented country and we need to lift ourselves from 2,500 per person to $15,000 to $16,000 per person. And the only way it will happen is that if we put money into R&D. So what we are looking for from the government is 50,000 crores. So Modi ji said, "Are chodo 50,000 crore, 1 lakh le lo." So he actually sanctioned 1 lakh crore for 50 years, 0 interest. That was announced two years ago.
But that was the part of the ESDM proposal.
No, this is beyond ESDM. Beyond SDM. We went to R&D in every product. So after having done that, we have been working on last 1.5 years to get that implemented. And you can imagine what happens in bureaucracy to get things implemented. But it's taken us time. But the good news is that last month, the R&D fund was announced. It is sitting inside Department of Science and Technology. At this moment, 20,000 crores has been transferred to Department of Science and Technology to be spent on this area by March 31st. So now they don't know what to do with that money. Okay, now we are helping them to decide what they should do with that money. So they have actually created they're taking a lot of suggestions from different people, and few of us who were in that group earlier, we are working together with them, and we have given them a proposal to say these are the 12 to 15 technologies where we must clearly own our own technology, and that is what Nitin was referring to earlier. What we are now saying is that if we want to be a country that leads and is not affected by sanctions as we go forward, like today there is a sanction on these magnets, you can't get them. There's a sanction on many products like this. Quantum computer beyond 35 qubits cannot be sold from America. Whole bunch of people are put, because now the world is becoming unipolar. It is no longer a multipolar world. There's nothing called WTO left anymore. Right? So it is all about everybody to themselves. If everybody to themselves, would China or India, China or America like India to rise? The answer is no. They will resist our rise. Therefore, technologies will get denied to us. It has happened in atomic energy in the past, it's happened in space in the past, it's now playing out. Right? And it will get worse. And Trump has made sure it gets worse, because he has made every country on their own. So where should we go? We should then start to invest deeply into R&D. The challenge that is there for the country is that private sector does not invest in R&D. So we actually did research on close to 400, 500 companies, and we found only 40 companies that were investing in R&D. So we need to expand that. So now the government scheme that is coming under this particular scheme is there is going to be a deep tech fund of 10,000 crores, and there will be money that will be put into private, corporate and startups for designing and making products in India. So this is where the country is now going. That is the good news, that it is starting to happen. It is next 2 months, request for proposals will be announced, and people will be asked to submit proposals against technologies that have been identified. And we are calling it technology sovereignty. We must own technologies of our own in the next 5 to 10 years. Which of these technologies is what we are choosing. Whole bunch of people from the Department of Science and Technology and Education and Research are involved in looking at identifying areas. Those areas, once they are identified, challenges will be given to private sector and startups to design and make those products. Funds will be provided. So for startups, 70% of the money will be provided by the government, 30% you have to put on your own. For corporates, 50% of the money will be provided by the government, 50% you have to put on your own. So let's say it's a 200 crore project or a 500 crore project, 250 will be given by the government. It is the first time in this country where government is giving money to private sector. It has never happened. It is exactly following whenever Bush's strategy. So this is really where we are all sitting today. Now, if I look at Goa, now let me come to Goa. What my thoughts are about Goa. I don't know whether you guys can make it happen. I've talked about this to Rohan Khaunte also. About 6 to 8 months ago, nothing happened. But I'm still very positive about that Goa can do certain things. What attracts people to Goa is its location. Correct? It is the only international city in this country. Only international city. If anybody from abroad or anywhere wants to come to Goa, they feel at home. Reason they feel at home, it's very open, it's got all kinds of food, it's got great weather, it's got great locations, everything is there going for Goa. But we are not taking advantage of that, I'm sorry to say. What should Goa be? Goa should be the design city of the country. Design city of the country, not manufacturing city. Don't waste time on manufacturing. Bring the top designers from the country to come and work here. They'd love to work here. Wouldn't you agree? Because it's all about mind. Why are painters here? Why are writers here? Right? They're here because they love to be here. This atmosphere is fantastic for creativity. It's a creative city. So we should make this a creative design city. So we should invite semiconductor designers to come here. We should design hardware designers to come here. We should invite all kinds of designers to come and sit here. That is the opportunity of this city, not being utilized. I feel so sad.
I think we've already started working on something called as a design hub or something.
Yeah, सब बातें हैं. Where is the plan? Which areas? Who will do it? How will it get done? You have to market yourself. You can't be sitting here and saying that people will come from Bangalore and work here. Go and do a roadshow in Bangalore and say these are the 5 areas we want to work in. All these 5 people are invited. This is the reason why you should come to Goa. These are the incentives we are offering you. Come here and work together. There are some 3-4 good education institutions. Around them create design villages. Around them create startups. See, that is how design happens. There's an IIT here. I mean, we are not taking advantage of it. There's a great BITS here. We are not taking advantage of it. There's Goa Engineering College here. All these are sitting there to be actually taken advantage of. We are not doing that. So I think that is where my view is, that Goa should be the design capital of India, and position it like that, market it like that, globally and in India. People from the world will also come here. Indian diaspora will move here. Because who would want to go and live in Bangalore and Delhi and Chennai today? Here? Disasters. Going from A to B takes you 3 hours. You know. So you have the weather, you have the location, you have beaches, you have food. I mean, there's no other place in this city, in the country, which has great food like this.
By the way, Electronic City, the background is, government has some land of 4.5 lakh square meters. So once, in 2012, Goa, I, myself and Ajay we went to meet Mr. Parikar.
Correct, we went to his house.
And he said, I have 4.5. He said, then why don't you get into EMC? And we'll help you. And that's how the EMC concept he gave, and then it started. Then they started working. Of course, it took a long time. Positions as usual in Goa. That's the
Thanks.
basic idea came from.
So I think we now need to, just the way 7 of us became 20, these 8 or 10 of you should become 40 tomorrow. But somewhere somebody has to start. So you have a damn good brand, Goa Technology Association. Take that. Expand GTA to say these are the 4 areas where we will focus on. Don't need to do everything. You make software products, 1 area. Whatever you want to do. You say, I want to be the drone city of the country. Make drones in Goa. You know, identify areas like that. And just do it end to end. Okay. This is something that we are not doing. So I actually had a similar session like this with Coimbatore.
Okay.
And they have now named it Coimbatore Next. And they have now designed a plan for the next 10 years. Okay. And they are actually working on that plan. And it is all 3rd generation business guys, young people. The older generation made kapda and all those things, mills and this and that in Coimbatore, and great engineering capability in Coimbatore. I told them, I said, why can't you be the motor capital of the world? They have all the capability to do it. So this is the way we have to think. And it doesn't mean that you need to invest hugely into it, these things. It's all about designing. So let's say you want to make an electronic product. Do it from ID to design. Everything. Metal, plastics, ID, everything. That is where the world should be. That is where Goa should be. Goa's position as a design city, creative city of the country is important. So if you call it creative city, it will be much bigger envelope, under which you can do writers, musicians, all of those. You know, those are all strengths of Goa. Writers, musicians are strengths of Goa. Inside that, put technology also. Then you become the creative capital of India. I think you have a great opportunity.
Sir, Maker's Asylum. You've heard of Maker's Asylum? So Maker's Asylum is a startup. So it's like a community of designers. So it was started by a guy called Varun Chabra. Was in Mumbai. Post-COVID, he shifted his entire headquarters to Moira.
Okay.
Okay. And now this Maker's Asylum is having almost like 50 people, they have taken a 100-year-old house in Moira, and they are all the designers across India. They come there and they just do stupid stuff, something they're building, something or the other there. Okay, and what they're doing out there is, the visors during the COVID time was actually designed by this Varun Chabra in his Maker's Asylum when he was in Mumbai. And then he made 700 of them within his community, and then he gave that patent, whatever it is, he didn't patent it, but he just put that design on the open forum where other manufacturers could do it and pass that thing across.
He made it open source.
Yes, he made it open source. So something like that is,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You need 100 of them.
Yeah.
That is what is required. See, because our challenge today in the country is that our engineering colleges do not teach anybody to make a single product. आप कोई भी engineering curriculum देख लो. Does it say you have to make this product before you pass out? No. Everything is theoretical. Okay, so there is this friend of mine who's created something called a Maker Bhavan. He created a foundation called Maker Bhavan Foundation. He has gone and implemented Maker Bhavan concept in about 20 engineering institutions in the country. And I have now introduced him to AICTE, and I have been telling AICTE, why don't you take this to 1,000 engineering colleges in the country? A discussion is going on whether they'll do it or not, I don't know. But as I was saying, not a single engineering college in this country tells you how to make a product in the curriculum. That curriculum is totally theoretical. So this is not going to get us anywhere. See, that history, the situation today is that every idiot wants to be in computer science. You go to any engineering college, every fellow wants to be in computer science. Their parents want them. All those days are over. They don't understand this. It's history now. It's not, those kind of jobs will not happen anymore. But people don't know this. As he was saying, people are so ignorant that people are not aware that this is not where the world is going to go as far as India is concerned. We can't be in computer science only. I go to every engineering institute, I go to every university and I tell them, for God's sake, think outside of computer science. Go back to core engineering. Start designing products. That is where the India is, tomorrow's India is. If we don't make our own don't do our own R&D, don't make our own products, we are going to get completely sidelined as a country. We are sidelined today. I mean, tell me, beyond UPI, is there a global product out of India? Nothing. But we have UPI. My God, it's the world's best. We made a vaccine during COVID. One of the world's best vaccines. As a matter of fact, it was better than the British vaccine. Everybody says Covaxin was better. Safer. Nobody recognized it because WHO did not want India to succeed. That's what I was saying. India will have a resisted rise. Constantly we will be brought down. And that is the approach the various countries will take with us. So we need to be making our own products. That is where the market should go. So I think guys need to form a group under maybe this technology association, put 15, 20 good people, get some people from research, get some people from education, write down the plan for Goa and create and do a creative Goa model. And this creative Goa model, you need to carry the government with you. You don't carry the government with you, nothing will happen. That's what we did. We got government involved in first meeting itself. I brought 6 IAS officers to be with me in that offsite. 2 days they spent with us. Moment they spent 2 days with you, They start thinking about what you want to do.
The thing is like your
Agar you are going to go and meet them for 1 hour and you'll come away from that office, they'll forget what you've said. But you create a, offsite for 2 days, bring 6 or 8, 10 top IS officers of Goa, bring 1 or 2 ministers who understand technology, get them involved. And suddenly you'll be creating a model called Creative Goa.
It's a very, very
This is my
important
view.
Because Goa,
But if you guys don't take the initiative and change Goa and keep thinking ये government का काम है, वो नहीं होगा. वो होगा ही नहीं.
No sir, but I'll tell you.
And also I want to give you one more gyan which I have followed in my life. It is called A is greater than R. What is A? A stands for aspiration. R stands for resources. If you have the aspiration, resources will happen. Okay? This was something that Dr. C.K. Prahlad taught me. And when I wrote my book, I called it Just Aspire. Because I felt that the only thing that can make India happen is aspiration. So when I started HCL, we had 1.86 lakhs. We needed a license to make a computer. We had nothing. We went to UP government, took their license, created Hindustan Computers Limited. What resources did we have? Nothing. What is the size of our company today? $14 billion. 78 countries we are there. So it's all not about resources, it's not about money, it's not about people. It is about what your aspiration is. So you'll always say, yaar, ye to yahan ho nahi sakta. That is where you'll start. Sorry, don't start from there. यहाँ हो सकता है, हमने करना है, हम बनाएंगे गोवा को. That's the approach we have to have. And I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm willing to sit with you and write that plan. Because I did that work with Coimbatore Next. And there's another city that's following my lead in Belgaum. So they are doing that.
Saira, is this, since your mom also is president, and of course I'm a past president, you have to do this from a GTA come chamber. See, I'm also on the board of IIT. BITS is very close to me. GC is close to us. We can bring them together and in fact we meet often.
Correct.
The director of BITS, IIT, all of us we meet.
And they're good people.
Excellent people, especially Professor Wali, a good friend. He was ex-IIT Delhi. The brilliant guys are available who are willing to lead this initiative. But we need to build an ecosystem. They won't come for academic interest. They will come if there is some tangible good happen. So we have to show our aspirations to them. Otherwise, it's just like writing an article in a paper for somebody whom you don't know who is interested. So the stakeholder group, if it comes forward, we need to create a tech vision for the Goa beyond IT.
Beyond IT. See, I am warning you guys who are, all of you are in IT, you are going to die.
You should also get Sriram on board.
I'm telling you now. In 2 years, you will be in trouble. So please diversify and think differently. It may sound very horrible to you, but that's my objective, to make it horrible to you. Because you are all going to be in trouble. BPO will be dead. I'm telling you, don't depend on BPO. Because everything is going to get replaced. I mean, why do you need people? You need bots to do the work you're doing today. It's not required. So, point I'm trying to say is that there should be solid conviction. Get hold of at least 3 or 4 top industrial people. Take their next generation, third generation, young people. Those also should be part of you because they have the business thinking coming from their lineage. It will be very valuable. That is what Coimbatore has done. They've called it Coimbatore Next. And 20 of them came and met me and I didn't have time. So they came to the airport to meet me and gave me a presentation. Because I had only half an hour. First time I met them. Next time I went and met them, I spent 3 hours with them. So it needs to be thought like that.
There has to be some sort
Goa
of
next. You know?
Sir, I was just talking about, Nitin sir has been one person, we always say, because the IT side, IT was not there when actually D-Link actually came in picture.
Yeah.
So he has been one person who always, everybody know by default IT means Nitin in Goa. So that is the how it has been. However, what I see.
But his IT was different from the rest of the IT.
Absolutely, what he's done is he's manufactured.
He has designed and made products. That is the difference.
In 2004, we were the first in India before Cisco to come with a voice on IP phone, and a video phone set.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were much ahead of time.
Exactly.
So the go-to-market didn't click because people were not ready to.
They were not ready.
We tried, and I must tell you, after 20 years, even on today on my desk in dealing, the same product is there, not a single time serviced. So imagine the product standard we attained. So that's the fact. So we believe in design. That's the only future.
So one thing I've heard. I won't take names, but I've heard the other people who have come, they have been a part of the Goa mission and all those things and so on. But most of the time they only speak about crores, billions, millions, and whatever it is. I think what you are trying to really fit into the whole thing is, since you are there in the system, you are living in this place. That's why you feel like doing something for the place.
Yeah.
When I'm saying this,
But nobody wants to talk to me.
You have by now you have understood what is our mindset also.
Yes. I know what the mindset is. Mindset is to do nothing.
See, we are
Susegad, बैठे रहो, कुछ नहीं करो. That is the mindset. Sorry.
इसलिए सर हमने अभी थोड़ा हमारा गोवा IT Inc का नाम भी चेंज किया है. We are trying to change the Goa IT Inc name only. We are trying to call it Global Tech Tribe with Susegad Vibe.
Yes. That makes sense. That makes sense.
See, as a MATE president, I was there for 5 years. MATE never had a president for 5 years. So not a single person approached, can you do something? I mean, and obviously I won't go and say you beat me. And in spite of being friends, in spite of being in the system, seeing a lot of people were friends. So, NESCOM president Devjani was there. If you really wanted to do something, Devjani met was. She was like a very dear sister, very close friend. Nothing. I mean, then I said, why do we also waste our time? We were also busy with MATE. And I used to be in Delhi every week, so it becomes too loading also. So we need to set a vision, forget about government doing anything. I think spark should come from you all.
You know something? That's why I was saying involve your second generation, third generation people, young people who are 25, 30, who studied abroad, have come back and want to do something for Goa. See, that is the aspiration you need. And a lot of them will work together with you and bring that knowledge with you and then bring that. You see, if you decide that each and every top businessman in this country has to put in 50 crores each to create this research village of Goa, what is the big deal? That money exists in this city.
I must tell you.
But they will not invest.
So I must tell you.
Because they still are living in the past. हम तो iron ore करेंगे, हम उससे पैसा बनाएंगे, हम खुश रहेंगे, life is good. चलते रहो. That is yesterday's Goa, yeah.
So there's been big business houses who call up and ask me, there is any startup where I can invest.
You see, that's the point.
Basically trade के हिसाब से देखते हैं.
Investment के
हिसाब से.
See, what has happened,
I don't
you
need
know,
sleeping partners.
this Harsh Goenka wrote a beautiful article on this. He wrote that every third generation youngster wants to start a family office. That family office puts in 200 crores, 300 crores to invest into startups. That's all they want to do. I mean, that is not what their capability should be. Family office is one part. They don't want to do any business on their own. They want to invest into others who are doing business. That is not taking any risk, you know.
By the way, Goa, same thing, same trend.
Same. It's all over the country. This is the same thing. Very sad. So I think I implore you to do something different. Rise above personal requirements. Rise above what has happened till yesterday. Don't call yourself IT at all. The moment you call it IT, you'll be dead. Call technology. Technology is the right word. Technology sovereignty for Goa is what you should do. I mean, these are some of my thoughts.
Sure.
Yeah, I have two questions, somewhat pedestrian questions, but while your vision is very exciting and resonates a lot with, with a lot of my own thoughts, two challenges that I see where I just wanted to hear your views is that, where the rubber hits the road to make your vision a reality and to have it sustained, right? There have to be some changes that have to come about at the in the education sector. So one of the challenges I find is that today in India, the temperament for product mindset is not there, because there is this pressure on profitability or showing revenue, that the patience to wait till you build the brand and to take the capacity is there in many people to burn that till you come to some sustainable level, right? But the temperament is not there. So I just wanted to hear from you, from an education point of view, what is it that needs to change? That is question number one.
I've already told you, curriculum has to change.
Right, but
The curriculum is not changing.
Yeah, so but that is something that, is a big challenge. So what is it?
No, I am working on it. I went to AICT, I got convinced them. They've started a productization program 3 months ago. And many students have applied for it. Go online and check it. It's there on AICT website. See, if you say, everything you externalize, things will not happen.
No, I understand. So I'm asking,
Don't say this is not my problem. वो होगा नहीं.
So I'm asking, what is it that we can? That is question.
You need to very clearly define that you want to create a creative Goa. Creative Goa, overall arching thing. Inside that will sit writers, inside that will sit musicians. All global music festivals must be held in Goa. Not the simple EDA stuff where everybody smokes and drinks. You need to bring real musicians here. It's starting to happen. Last year there was a very good music festival here. There's a Fado festival that is held here every year. All those things are there. You need to pick those good things, not the bad things. And around that, convince people, create a group of 15, 20 young people who want to make a change to Goa. And then carry the government with you. You need to have 3-4 good IAS officers who are intelligent and want to do something for Goa.
Experience that I had, which kind of ties into what you just said. So in our food business, there was a particular machine that I wanted to build, which wasn't available off the shelf. Initially, I couldn't find a vendor. So I contacted several engineering colleges in Goa to try and build that as a prototype. I said, we will fund it. To my great disappointment, not a single one stepped up. But to my greatest surprise, which is a very pleasant surprise, the people who really stepped up, actually thanks to the time I gave you, we came back from MOPA, you put me in touch with Goa Polytechnic. So it was a polytechnic college that came, and when I told them, the HOD, 3 professors and 4 students, the 3 days after I approached them, landed up in my office. And eventually we found a vendor who bought that machine from Gujarat. I was very impressed at how close we had come with those students from Polytechnic.
But they are hungry.
Exactly. So,
Engineering colleges and IITs are not hungry.
So the HOD...
पेट भरा हुआ है उनका.
I think it's a little more than पेट भरा हुआ. It's a very interesting perspective, because the HOD at Polytechnic, Mr. Shetty, he told me, he said the reason that we have come this close is because these students don't have the academic capital to get into theory. They are doers.
Correct.
And he said
हाथ से काम करने वाले लोग
he
हैं.
said that engineering college, because they have that academic capital, they go into theory.
हाँ.
So the second question.
वो JEE पढ़ के बड़े-बड़े बंदे बन जाते हैं. They go to IIT. Once they got into IIT, they relax. कुछ नहीं करने की जरूरत, क्योंकि नौकरी तो अपने आप मिलेगी.
So the second question the question I was coming to is, again in terms of what we can do, because I tried a couple of things. I had mixed results. So there is one other gentleman here, Mr. Blaise Kostavir. He keeps expressing this anguish about how when engineering students come to him for internship, his first test is not it serves as an interview. He puts them on the shop floor.
Correct.
He says the people who crib, I eliminate.
Throw them out.
Yes, so that is my filter criteria.
Yeah.
The guys, engineers who don't want to be at the shop floor,
Yeah.
I don't want them as engineers.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So now, So I tried something similar with the local commerce college to try and get this similar thing, right? I got mixed results. So now my question is, what is it that we can do to inculcate that change in mindset? Because like you said, we'll wait. I mean, the curriculum changes will come, but in the meantime, what can
your
we do?
biggest benefit is you're a very small little city. How many students are there here? 1,000 students, 2,000 students, 3,000 students, 4,000 students. Get all of them, go and talk to all of them, change their mindset. Why are they still thinking in the past? Why is everybody thinking of getting a computer science job? That is where the problem is. Every damn fellow you talk to in 10th college wants to be in computer science. अब वो job है ही नहीं, तो करेंगे क्या वो लोग? See, they don't realize that the problem is parents also. Parents कहते हैं तुम computer science करो, नौकरी मिल जाएगी, बीवी मिल जाएगी, 5 EMIs मिल जाएंगे, खुश रहो. हाँ, 5 EMIs मिल जाएंगे, बस खुश रहो. I call it 5 EMI problem. सबके दिमाग में 5 EMI है, एक घर चाहिए, एक स्कूटर चाहिए, बीवी चाहिए, वो सब मिल जाता है उसको EMI के थ्रू.
So, most of the things that you've spoken also, and I understand, is from the, we don't want to go IT first, but
No, what you are doing is the right thing.
Correct.
But think, the way you are doing it, think global. I'll be the best jackfruit brand in this country, and I'll be the best jackfruit brand in the world. That's the way you have to think. You have to think global market. See, you look at a software product company called Zoho.
Yeah.
Where did they start?
Kerala.
No, tell me where they started. Tamil Nadu. Small little village. But where did he start his business? Not in Tamil Nadu. He posted himself to America. He started marketing his products in America. He became big. Then only he moved back to India. Because the market is there, the money is there, the margins are there. India में सर्विसेज के लिए कौन पैसा देता है मुझे बताओ? 4% के लिए लोग रोते हैं. To do service business in India is a disaster. I mean, all of you are somehow surviving. I know. I've been in this business. It's survival by the month. Salary के लिए पैसा आ जाए खुश रहो. That is not where we can be happy. We will always remain that $2,500 per year people.
You should also talk about your startups and end-ups.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Point is that I've always had a belief that, startups have a thinking that they've started, they're doing great. But that's not what the end result should be. The end result should be, what do they achieve? Do they stay the course? A lot of them just don't stay the course. They don't have the patience. That needs to change. The patience has to be there. You need to be able to think that I'm going to be there 5 years, 10 years, 15 years later. I want to create my own brand. I want to go global. So that thinking is not there.
They only enjoy that initial
हाँ.
that clever.
Isn't it also because as a society we do not
हमारे कंट्री में
on failure?
ना वो सब बदल रहा है. काफी सालों से बदल रहा है.
We don't want to fail, right?
नहीं अब चेंज हो रहा है. Last 5 to 7 years people have accepted failure, because if you bring me a startup and I've invested in 70 startups personally. If you bring me a startup that failed earlier and is now starting a new startup, I will invest in it, because I know this fellow will not make the same mistake again. And that is really what it is.
That's exactly what Sriram did.
Yeah.
also in that fund that the government has now kept aside for research and development. So is there a category food tech and those kind of-
any
You
science.
see, it is all about science and technology. The DST, in consultation with different people, will decide that these are the 15 areas that we will invest.
It's not yet come out.
No,
But
it's
it
still
is-
worked on.
But it is in dip tag.
It is, no, you see, I'll tell you, I have a list. Initial list is there. Initial list is electronics and semiconductors, obviously. You can't leave that out. Because every product has electronics. I mean, I think only this product doesn't have semiconductor in this room.
So manufacture करने के लिए
नहीं, manufacture करने के लिए तो चाहिए ना, machine चाहिए semiconductor. So, fundamental point is that semiconductors and electronics is there, power electronics is there, quantum is there, AI is there, all these top technologies we have to be there. Agri-tech is very importantly there. So I think the point I'm trying to make is that thinking has to be among all of you to make Goa happen. If you keep externalizing the problem, government ये नहीं करती, ये वो नहीं करता, ये नहीं करता, education में ये नहीं होता, वो सब बेकार की बातें हैं. They're all externalizing the problem. Start to think what change can you make. Create a campaign around it. We did a 2.5-year campaign to get 1 lakh crore. No? It wasn't a joke. But I had some damn good people who were part of us. I had a economist, who's the economic advisor to the Prime Minister. Those kind of people we brought together. So, उससे काम होता है. हमने ऐसा कैंपेन बनाया, हम इस तरह के लोग अपने टीम में लाए. The first 7 people that we brought, we call them Saptrishis. सप्तऋषि हैं ये. फिर हमने बोला कि हम विश्वमित्रा बनाएंगे, तो हमारा ग्रुप इज कॉल्ड विश्वमित्रा इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी ग्रुप. उसमें इस तरह के लोग हैं जो लोग सुनते हैं उनकी बातें. Who are part of that group? Sharat Sharma, who created iSpirit. I created hardware industry. I'm part of that group. Yeah. Mishra ji, who's a damn good economist and an advisor to the Prime Minister, he's part of that group. Dr. Ajay Kumar, who used to be Defense Minister, Defense Secretary, is part of that group. Renu Swaroop, who's led BIRAC, is part of that group. See, this is what we did. We brought the right people who could influence the government also. That's very easy to do in Goa. Because Goa is such a small place, everybody knows everybody, who are the people who would be able to influence the government.
Mangaresh, should we take it up now? It should not just
give it a brand. And give it a brand, call it whatever you want. Call it project this, project that. जिसके नीचे तुम लोग सब काम करो. जैसे हमने विश्वमित्रा बनाया. आप कुछ बनाओ उस तरह से नाम एक.
सूत्रधार.
जो भी.
So basically like Goa IFB. IFB has created a very good value chain. They have a full-fledged design center. Siemens is a very good design center. You must visit some of these tech companies. I can initiate that. You go to Birla Fujikawa, of course, the kind of technology they have in fiber. They make fiber out here. Very interesting. You must experience what does that mean in technology. So you have such kind of industries. Pharma, like for example, others may be formulation units, but Teva has a very good R&D based structure. EMARC has, Sanofi has a very good R&D structure. Praveen Khullar was the past president, CEO of them. So why can't we create a very good scientific group? So that when these multinationals and big companies come as part of that, it makes a different game. So I personally suggest even we tap the students from GIM. It might be a management institute, but they also have a good engineering thought process. So look at BitSite, they have a very good parallel system to BITS to work on R&D and all initiatives, and they have a headquarters in Goa. So why can't we bring all these platforms together to make one Goa next?
Given at that time was make an EMC which is different, which is plug and play. Let people come and bring their companies here in get it going. For example, you need to say, okay, I must get Portuguese investment into Goa. Go to Portugal, get the Portuguese to come and invest. I mean, it's natural. What are the great Portuguese engineering companies? Bring them here. I'm just saying few things like that, something which is so natural. Portuguese love Goa. They wanted to own Goa.
Two brothers, Yashwit and Bhavit. So they had a company called Technorix. They still have it. Now they have started a company called Onstro, which they have built a product of their own, and now they have started up only in Lisbon.
Good. See, that is the beauty. See, if you don't create products for the world, you are not going to be successful. Don't think India only. India is your starting point. HCL got made because we went global. When we were sitting in India, हमारी margins कुछ नहीं थी. We started in America, our margins were 60%. Now we are down to 19 and 20%. See, this is what's happening. You see the results last quarter.
The entire service industry,
Yeah.
IT service industry is now gone down to that.
Yes. So that is what it is. The only only place where there are margins are products. HCL created 7 years ago, HCL created a separate subsidiary. It is called HCL Software. It's a product business. Because we come from the product thinking when we started making PCs. So Mr. Nader said, हम तो product में जाएंगे. So people within the company said, why do we have to be in products? We are doing so well in services. That is the thinking. Everybody in services thought like that. He said, no, we have to be in products. So these guys said, it'll take us 5 years to get there. He said, I'll do it in 2 years. How did he do? He spent $1 billion buying IBM software products. All the IBM software products that were getting outdated was bought by him. Lotus Notes. All those products he bought. All the rights are with HCL. All those products have been modified. All the old financial institutions in America are still using Lotus Notes. So we got some 5,000 customers. Then you can cross-sell. That business is now $1.5 billion. It is the largest software product company in the country. It is the 18th largest software product country in the world. So,
did have a big base, yeah.
so look at it. It can be done.
So make in India and sell abroad.
Yes.
Only make it in India.
Make it in India.
That's right. They have 75 products today. It's not a joke. It's a product business. So point I'm saying is that services guys are not thinking products, you see. NASSCOM has called me for a talk on 7th. I'm going to blast them. It's a great opportunity for me to blast them. I'll talk the same. Whether they like it or not, I'm going to talk about it.
Best thing is to be very good.
Yeah.
It's a best service to the nation.
See what has happened to NASSCOM today. NASSCOM has become multinational oriented. All the members are today Google and Amazon and all these guys are members. Originally, NASSCOM was started by Indian companies. Today, because of the funds that they bring, all these global, exactly what's happened to Mate. Mate and NASSCOM are being destroyed by multinationals. And the same thing is happening to IESA. IESA has now been taken over by SEMI. Khatam. But I'll come back in December and I want a presentation from you guys. What have you done? I'm not leaving you.
That's precisely what I was doing.
This is what I did in Coimbatore. I said, guys, we have had a long chat today. When I come next, give me a presentation on what you've done.
So that's precisely I was coming to. Let's do this. Let's bring up more people who could not come today also. We have an internal meeting with us. Let's frame it up. Also think of converting Goa Technology Association to Goa Chamber of Technology kind of thing. Create a bigger spectrum. We will get bigger companies to participate. I'll push IFB, I'll push...
people who are R&D oriented. Get the R&D oriented companies. They're all R&D oriented people. Sriram is totally R&D. I mean, he's the biggest ambassador of Goa, to my mind. Biggest ambassador.
16,000 crore valuation.
Yeah.
Of a guy in 1997, 3 partners used to sit in one Maruti 800. Then they created this Tulip. And Sriram has been a great friend, rather a common friend as well. So I've seen his neighbor also. I've seen him passionate about technology. So today, if at all someone from Goa has really rocked the boat, is Sriram.
Good part is that you have a reference like that. And it's happened out of Goa.
And he is willing to do anything again like this. So can we, fortunately he's also not part of the gym, but he won't be able to come most of the time, he is too busy. So I can get Sriram sometimes for a offline a talk like this. Let's talk to these people. Let's get people across India. The people are known to us. People are willing to come. People are passionate. So only thing we should now take a lead. The youngsters like you all should come forward to make Goa a tech hub. Don't use the word hub and all. As a tech state. Creativity.
Chalo bhai, I think you need to create a vision and sell your vision. If you can't sell it, nothing will happen. You need to sell it to all the right people within the city, get all the young people involved, get some top business people involved, couple of research people involved, education people involved. Form a very tight team. Do not have too many people in that team. You have too many people, there will be too many voices. कुछ नहीं होगा. 10-15 लोग इकट्ठे करो who are well-meaning, want to do something for Goa. Thank you. Good meeting all of you. All the best.
Thank you.
And do something different. Make yourself felt in this city. That this city can be a different city. It is the most creative city in the country. Yes. This is the beautiful history of Goa. Correct?
450 years.